The Iron Pillar of Delhi is an ancient sculpture of a metal pillar that has stood the test of time. It is an impressive piece of Indian architecture that has managed to stand strong for centuries. The pillar stands at 18 meters high and weighs 6 tons. The iron pillar was erected by Chandragupta Vikramaditya in honor of his father, King Dharmapala, in about 300 CE. This column, which cradles a 4th century statue of the king, is made up entirely of iron and stands without any visible means of support. This column has no welding or joints and consists entirely of hammered iron plates joined together with large bolts. The column was built without any cement or mortar to hold it together, which makes it all the more remarkable considering its age. Is all this not a mysterious bestowment of skills, talent, and workmanship by the ancient Indians? Was it put there by a more intelligent society that we don't have knowledge of? The structure is 23 feet 8 inches high with 16 inches of diameter. Chandragupta II constructed the structure. The weight of this pillar is 6 tons. This pillar is made up of 98% wrought iron, and it is rust-free even after being exposed to weather conditions for 2,000 years. The pillar stands in the courtyard outside the Quwat al-Islam Mosque, which Qutbuddin Aibak built in 1193. Inscriptions at this pillar reveal information on its construction and about the people who constructed it. Inscribed on 4 sides, the inscription tells a story that a ruler named Chandra extended his kingdom to Ujjain, after which he returned home to fight a war with a rival ruler. But Chandra never returned from the war, and so his people erected the pillar as a memorial to him. What kind of technology did they have? How were they able to mine such pure iron in the area without advanced tools? Qutbuddin began to build a mosque inside the temple complex in 1193 AD with materials used from some 20 Hindu and Jain temples that were already standing there. An inscription found at this site narrates the story of its construction. When Qutbuddin was asked by a subordinate what purpose the construction would serve, he responded, "God willing." He constructed 7 stories of this tower, each with about 1 foot thickness and 15 feet height. The first floor is made of huge beams of wood, with stone walls on either side. The second story is of brick and lime mortar, while the 3rd to the 7th floor is made of burnt bricks. Each floor has a central pillar that supported the floors above it, and from which the dome was constructed. The tower is an example that Qutbuddin intended for this to be the minaret of this mosque. But later, he was given permission to make it a tomb for himself after his death. But did he also have advanced technology to build the iron tower? Or did he have help? Perhaps it is a wishing pillar that refuses to rust. This is the biggest mystery about this structure. This pillar is made up of 98% wrought iron, and it is rust-free even after being exposed to weather conditions for 2,000 years. Many theories have been proposed as the reason for this mysterious phenomenon, such as rainwater flushing out carbon dioxide from small recesses, which prevents rust, sand particles settling into crevices to prevent oxygen and water from reaching iron. Or a more scientific explanation is that lightning has struck the pillar for centuries, which have initiated chemical reactions to form protective layer of iron oxide and hydroxide. Whatever be the reason, it is still a wonder that this structure of wrought iron does not rust. Is the name Delhi is connected with Tomara King and the famous iron pillar? How are these ancient structures and societies all intertwined? There is some evidence connecting the name of the city to the ruling of King Tomara and this mysterious iron pillar. The earliest reference occurs in the Mahabharata, where Indraprastha is mentioned as a magnificent city of the Pandavas. Ancient history says Delhi was shifted to Indraprastha by Mughal Emperor Prithviraj Chauhan due to a water crisis. The iron pillar, which stands today in Qut complex, was found inside this city of Indraprastha. In the book Sujan Rai's Kulasat Tawarik, it is mentioned that this pillar was erected in a place which is a garden in today's Mehrauli area of South Delhi. It's also known as Lal Kot, and the iron pillar is still found there. Without the machinery and tools to construct such a marvel, how did an ancient society build an impressive structure like this? Why is it not rusting? The Chandra tombs, Iron Pillar and Indraprastha, are all connected with each other. The Chandra tombs are near the Iron Pillar, which stands in the Qutub complex, which is known as the lost wax process. This pillar has not rusted for last 2,000 years because of this special technique during its construction, which helped in preserving it for a long time. The inscription on the pillar records that it was erected some 2,000 years ago, which is right until today, and still no signs of rust. The lost wax process is a metal casting process with similarities to ceramic shell mold processes. The technique involves creating a wax duplicate of the item to be cast, which is then encased in clay or plaster for support during the pour. Once the mold has been made, molten metal is poured into it. The process of making the iron pillar was possibly made using this technique. In any case, it would be an advanced method for a society in that age. This method allowed the blacksmiths to make styles of architecture which are not possible with other construction technologies at that time. Indian architects have executed their ideas by using this lost wax process, which has given us magnificent works of arts like the Iron Pillar of Delhi. The Iron Pillar is invaluable, but how was it designed? Was there help from a mysterious third party? The Iron Pillar, which is presently standing in Delhi's Qutub complex, has become an important part of history due to its rust-free nature. Was there a special ritual performed that prevented the pillar from rusting? The Iron Pillar is so important for historians, as it is one of those rare pieces which denote the ancient Indian blacksmith expertise, if they indeed constructed it without help from an advanced ancient society. The Iron Pillar is made up of 98% purity of wrought iron, which has been a main cause left untouched from rusting for the last 2,000 years. It has been one of the most valuable pieces in history, and it still baffles scientists and historians about its composition and origin. The substance which was used to construct the pillar has been a main cause of its rust-free nature. The inscriptions on the pillar records that it was erected around 2,000 years ago, which is right until today, 2,000 plus years, and still no signs of rusting. Typically, pure iron will rust very rapidly. This makes it hard to understand why such an old structure has not rusted. Where was this iron mined? What process was used? One thing which baffles scientists is its composition and origin. Until today, historians are not able to find out where this iron was mined from and what process was used to make it rust-free and usable for such a long time. The composition of this iron is same as which was used to make swords and other tools in those times. This has been an interesting fact about its nature, that it does not rust even after being exposed to harsh conditions like rain and snow. It shows that how ancient Indian blacksmiths were excellent in their work and the process they used to make this pillar. Did they receive an ancient method of construction not known to us today? Is the method a well-kept secret? The most popular theory is that it was made by using a lost wax method, where artists used to make such designs which were not possible with other construction technologies at that time. It is also believed that skilled workers got together in groups during those times for collaborative work. But how much did they know? They used to make several models before making the final model. It is also believed that they used to pull down the structures, which were made up of clay, when they failed in their designs. This process was known as casting by the lost wax process. The Iron Pillar is one of the finest examples of India's talent at work. It has been made in such perfection that until today, it is standing tall in Delhi, with no signs of rusting whatsoever. This shows the expertise Indian blacksmiths had in making things using iron and other metals, which are still used by us in modern times. Will we ever know who really made it? Will we find out which advanced methods were used in its construction? We may never really find out the truth. Stay tuned for more next time. If you like this video, hit the thumbs up icon. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon to get notifications for new videos.